Okay, guys, we are here with another game called Fatal Focus. Um, funny story about the people who make this game. I played a game from them before, and it really disturbed me. It really disturbed me, and I wasn't able to upload the video because it really freaked me out and it made me uncomfortable. But I always like this game. I freaking love the creators' art style, and like the thing is, they just like it's not for these type of games aren't for the weak of hearts, which I'm kind of for the weak of heart. Let's be honest here, but I am interested to see if I can stay if I'll actually be able to upload this video and it doesn't get like yeah, I don't chicken out like I did the last time. I was really uncomfortable and bothered, but um I really love the art style of this game. It's just so pretty. I just really like the art style. Like I want to give it a chance. And yeah, we're just gonna go into Fatal Focus. I don't know anything about this game, but I came across it. It's like the art, like it pulled me in the same way the first one pulled me in. And honestly, I did regret playing the first one because it scared me. It really scared me, and I get uncomfortable very freaking easily. But you know what? For you, for all of us, I'm gonna try to brave through this game. Hopefully, I don't think it'll be as disturbing as the first one. So I think it might be good. So we're gonna do a new game. Okay, when you're an artist, you must push yourself to create. You have to contour your body, let your guts burst from your stomach as you bend backwards for angles for brush strokes. You have to break the glass in your mind and to allow the forbidden to possess your hands. You have to break what's already been created to make something even more meaningful. You have to destroy something for your art. You don't know if it would be your canvas or yourself. This is an interesting beginning, honestly. I might not be breaking my body today, but I am breaking my routine. I pick up my phone and decide that opening social media is the best way to start my day off, like most people, me included. I've been living in this town for a few months at most, trying to get some inspiration. The quiet beauty of a small historic town nestled in Pennsylvania welcomes me. Its peoples welcome me as well, but it was only in the politeness of strangers. A coffee shop encounter never went past pleasantries. In a new town, I was alone. I had joined a few online groups for different hobbies in the area: bird watching, maple syrup cultivation. But I've been most interested in the photography food. Let's see, do they have any events coming up? Gallery events, coffee talks, camera exchange. None of that was soon. I refreshed the page again. A new post pops up on my feed. It is for a photography walk in the Broad. Come walk through the historic streets, visiting peak photography opportunities throughout town. Bring your own camera and water. Starts at 12 p.m. at the coffee shop on Miller Street. Posted by Andonis Demel. Interesting name. I tapped on the link leading to the host website. Fascinating stuff. They seem to do a lot of portrait and fashion photography. It was like looking into the world of a high fantasy novel, even flow of fabrics and hair, decorations with floral, and they were young and in their mid-20s. Seems they always lived in the seclusion of the state's fortress. Would be nice to know what they look like though. I breathe a sigh of relief. I have been fearing not finding a photographer in a similar age and interest range as me. The photography walk started in 2 hours. It would be a bad idea to go out, meet some new people. It wouldn't be a bad idea to go out, meet some new people, and take some pictures or photos. I press the RSVP button on the event. It asks for my name and email. Frey? Honestly, let's just keep it Frey. I like her name. I type out Frey for the name box and my email for the other. The RSVP has been confirmed. I like thing is I don't want to use my name because like just it makes it feel more personal when crap hits the fan. And I'm like honestly, I kind of want to not be associated and like these type of stories. Like I know I like from my experience with the first game I played from this creator. Um yeah, you know, I kind of know what direction their story goes into. So, you know, I'm good. I just want to keep like a distance between me and like the characters. Place my phone back on my nightstand and sit up to scratch. I have a few hours before the walk. I place the needle on my record player and begin my morning routine. I open one of the windows and allow these crispy must fall to fill the room. There's a chill in the air, but it is one that may be carried by bundles of sweaters. Honestly, I really love their writing style. That's the thing. I love this off the writing style. But they most from like seeing when I last time I checked their page, they mostly only like write like horror, psychological horror stuff. I'm like, dang. But like in a calm vibe, oh my goodness. Like in like this type of vibe right here. All this right here. I freaking love it. I love all of it. The writing, the atmosphere, setting. And it's just like and then stuff happens and you know, despair. No candles can capture the pure essence of a Pennsylvania autumn. I eat, get dressed, and brush my teeth. I bundle up as necessary. It takes me longer than needed to decide what camera and camera case to bring. I make sure to pack an extra lens. Let's hope I can get some good pictures today. The place is as beautiful as it has ever been. The local troops has already come through and painted the local business windows with horror movie icons and autumn imagery. Every business has its doors open to allow the smell of fall in. The local flower store is selling their famous chocolate chip cookies. Oh, once more, I love chocolate chip cookies. Dang it. Oh, I want to go make some after this, honestly. And dinner. Totally off topic, but freaking chocolate chip cookies. Ah, best freaking snack sweets. Okay, on topic. Miller Street is a beautiful, a bit short. I reached the coffee shop in no time. Maybe I should get a coffee before I go. Get some coffee? Sure, let's get some coffee. Coffee is the song sung by the sirens that is an autumn midday. I stepped into the coffee shop. Scattered among the seats are various patrons. 4 people sit by a window, knitting a scarf in unison, laughing over cappuccinos. A couple sits near the back door, though they're more interested in their cups than themselves. There are a few sitting alone with their laptops out. I doubt they're getting any work done. The man working the counter has always been kind to me, and he's offered directions and given me hints to secret spots around town, whether for food or for photos. It's hospitality I have never been used to. What do I order? A soy white chocolate mocha, an iced cappuccino, a black coffee. Ooh, I want this. My favorite order with an extra shot, no milk. I order a soy white chocolate mocha. My eyes glance over the food options, pastry sandwiches, and a bowl of fruit. The food looks rotten. I swear I spot a fly falling into a hole. Excuse me, huh? What's up? There are some flies in one of these cups. I'm sorry to point it out. Ah, sorry. It's best not to mention the rot. The barista leans over the counter to grab the plastic bowl and examines it. These are perfectly fine. Otherwise, maybe we should close the door. Fine? Are their eyes wrong? Thank you for catching this, though. Don't worry about paying for your drink. This is my fault. But it's not your fault. There's nothing I can do. My order is taken, and I am swept away to stand by the counter near the entrance, waiting for my drink to be made. The breeze outside offers a warm backdrop to the idle chit-chat of others' patrons. I do my bit of people watching, only now notice the other person standing, waiting for a drink. They leaned against the wall, fiddling with a lace cuffed on their sleeves. It looks like they have a camera bag on their person as well. Could they be going on the photography walk as well? I slowly approach them and give them a wave. Hello. They slowly look up from their hands and scan my entire body. Pray. How did you know my name? Oh, sorry. You have a camera bag on you, as I assumed that you were the single person who signed up for the walk today. I'm Adonis. It's good to meet you. The breath I was holding exhaled, and the sweat forming on my brow disappeared. It's nice to meet you. You made me all nervous. Sorry about that. No. It's nothing to apologize for. Adonis is not what I was expecting. Adoring their face is red makeup hidden behind red sunglasses. It is sunny today, but not sunny enough to wear them, to warrant them. Perhaps they are sensitive to light. Something about their clothes makes them seem older than they look. I don't think I've ever seen you before. Are you new to town? Yeah, I moved here a few months ago. It's very beautiful and cozy here, isn't it? Okay, I got a slightly bitter hazelnut macchiato with cream for Adonis. Thank you. Adonis grabs their drink and immediately brings it to their lips. You're not even going to give it a second to cool? I killed the heat sensors on my taste buds years ago. I couldn't help but laugh. How often do you do these walks? Do you usually only get one person? I try to host them monthly. I usually get a few to attend. A lot of older folks, kind-hearted people. They take some of the prettiest pictures I've ever seen. But I'm wondering if I schedule this walk over to my joint tournament, since you're the only one who has shown up, which is perfect. I can show my new neighbors some of my favorite spots. Do you go down to the river very often? By the park? There's some very pretty sights to be had there. There's a waterfall that's hidden in the trees. It's gorgeous. I have a soy white chocolate mocha for free. Oh, that's me. Thank you. I grabbed my cup of coffee off the counter and double checked the name written on the cup. I can't read the handwriting. Do you want to finish outside? The air is crisp. I nodded and went outside with Adonis. We sit in silence for a few minutes, finishing up our drink, checking our phones and our equipment. Adonis finishes their drink first, pouring out the little liquid left before recycling. I follow suit shortly. So, Frey, have you ever been on a photography walk before? Have I been on a photography walk before? No, I haven't. Personally, I haven't. A photography walk is basically a walking tour. The only difference is the camera in your hand is more than just your phone. You share ideas and compositions. The tour walks around and finds sweet spots for photos. At the end, you check out everyone's pictures and see how different the photographers manage to capture the same places. Sometimes I like to throw a theme in. What's the theme? How does life cycle sound? Very broad, but also very specific. That's good enough for me. Excellent. If you have any questions, concerns, or anything else, just let me know. Adonis starts walking down the street, taking their camera out of their bag as they do. I follow along. Our first stop is a small garden across from a Quaker cemetery, enclosed in a fading white fence. Adonis lets me take pictures at first. I pull out my Canon and try to zoom in close to some lump leaves, delicately falling off a flower stem. I knew the couple that lived here, older folks, very sweet. The husband runs the hardware store in town. Sometimes you see a cute cat running through, but it doesn't seem like she's out today. I zoomed in on the closest branch of flowers. Really? A cat? Yes, I don't know what kind she is, but she's white with one blue eye and one brown eye. I think her name is Lavinia. I just call her Jiggles, though, because she has a cute bell on her collar that signals her arrival scribes before she crosses your path. That sounds really cute. I hope we see her today. Perhaps. With a flash off, I snapped a few more images. The couple's been keeping up their garden for a few years. It was overgrown long before. There's a rumor that while they were starting to clear the weeds out, they found a body buried under the soil. What? Really? Really? Did they ever find out whose body it was? No. There's a quieter rumor that what they found was a skeleton that was mixed with deer antlers and bare bones. I turned back to Adonis, who has their camera pointed towards me. They click a picture. Do you think there's anything to it? Bones? Are they asking if I believe the skeleton wasn't tampered with? The skeleton was real, the skeleton was fake. I mean, I don't know, it could have been real. I believe in things I do not know. Maybe there are actual deer men who walk among us. Men. Adonis laughs. I agree with your first statement, but I don't think I believe in the second. How would a man with antlers wear hats? Would they have to cut the holes in the fabric? Would it not be uncomfortable with the natural curls of their antlers, making it difficult to put on and take off? I feel it would be an inconvenience, is all. You know those, those adjustable straps on baseball caps? They could use those. Perhaps. It sure would make it difficult to walk through doors and going through them sideways. Probably feels awful, I just know it. Adonis lowers their camera and places it back in their bag. You should continue. You now know this garden exists. Adonis continues walking and I follow along. We pass another cemetery with a decaying metal fence. Walking along the perimeter is a black dog with its nose buried in fallen leaves. Oh, hi. I lean back down to snap a few pictures of the dog, which doesn't seem to flinch at my camera shutters. Oh, hello there. Adonis crouches and reaches out to the animal, but they do not pet it. What are you doing out here? It's light outside. Their hands runs over the pavement before it descends into the dirt. Squirming among fresh dirt and soil are worms which follow the prints in Adonis' hands. They hold their palm facing the sky and bring it towards the dog. Now there is no one who will be stealing from the graves at this time of day. Did you just went on to snack? The dog, with its eyes clouded over like watered down milk, looks at Adonis as if it's thinking of a rebuttal. Instead, it closes its eyes and begins to lick up the festa of vermin. I cannot help but observe. I feel slime at the tip of my tongue, slowly finding its way down my throat. I wipe the taste from my own mouth. Did you appear just for a treat? The dog only makes chewing, slurping noises. Well, you're allowed for revealing yourself to our new neighbor. The dog finishes his meal. Adonis allows himself a few scratches behind his ears. And before I can say anything else, it runs off and disappears behind the tombstones. I look in disbelief. Quickly, I go to check the photos I had just taken. Each one showed only a metal fence and dead leaves scattered across the grass. There was no dog. Everything alright, Ray? It's nothing. It's not here. You expect to capture footage of the black guards of the graveyards? They seem serious. I suppose not. Okay, so you don't believe in freaking Antler Man, but you just saw like a ghost dog, a guardian dog, and we're okay with that. Okay. I feel like if I am being pulled along the street as Adonis wipes their hands of dirt and continues walking. I follow along. Adonis takes me to an abandoned white building near the forest. Vines and leaves crawl up the wall, framing haphazard paint, graffiti, and late-stage decay. What was this building meant for? It used to be a beer store. The building has been abandoned for a few years. Now you're going to tell me that it's closed down because someone died in there, or that there's some spectacled figure roaming the building, and it keeps barking at passerbys that it craves some beer that no longer exists. Adonis laughs. Nothing like that. They ended up moving location to a smaller store in a nearby strip mall. There aren't a lot of beer drinkers in the area who enjoyed and drank past a bottle of two for sport defense. It got overtaken by a general wine and spirits store instead. I may love ghosts and local legends, but this is not one of those stores. Does an organization give ghost tours in town? The Cultural Society hosts a fair during Halloween. Some of the homes do historic house tours around Christmas time. It's quite nice. You should come to one soon. My home is usually on display then. It was built in the early 19th century by a carriage maker. How strange. Why bring me here? Because the life cycle of things apply to not just living things. Thoughts die, business die, structures die, hopes die. But those ashes bring new life and the cycle continues. I snapped by a few photos of different angles, some showing the sky and the buildings, some focusing on the foliage. Adonis has their camera out, but their lens falls onto me. I assume the pictures they are taking are the promotional material for future walks and think nothing of it. We finish our photography in silence. Adonis takes off. I look back at the abandoned building and swear I see a figure standing in a broken window, unmoving. I follow along. Adonis and I arrive at the forest turned park at the edge of town. The autumn air feels no taste better. I stick my tongue out to get a better scope of its taste. Autumn tastes like spice, whiskey, and cinnamon, like ginger and bread and vanilla essential oil. Under my tongue is a remnant of nutmeg. You don't get this anywhere else. This is a stone thrown from here. We have our own magic. We have our own old magic. We walk along the river for a few minutes, stopping every so often to take pictures. So Adonis, yes, Ray, I want to know more about them. How long have you been a photographer? When do you like photography? I saw your portfolio, but that doesn't tell me a lot about someone's photographic interests. I used to be really into fantasy, folklore, and the life. I did a series like that for a while. I had done wedding photography, but in an artistic sense, I don't like the still wedding photos people take now. Your bond is an art. Capture it as such. But right now, I'm very interested in the senses. And video allows us to see and hear an image. I want to be able to taste it, to smell it, to put my hands through the gloss and feel the texture. That's why I wanted to focus on life cycles today, because sometimes seeing what you may become will trigger sensations in those senses. Not sure if that makes sense. It does. Thank goodness. We continue our walk along the riverside. Before long, Adonis stops. They put a finger to their lips and point towards the grass. But through the blaze, I spot a dark lump. It matches the soft sound of buzzing of flies and the swarming of worms. In the grass, I spot a deer, laying on his side, his eyes shallow and black, its antlers up to the sky, its mouth agape. Its carcass has become a home to maggots swarming in its insides, releasing its intestine, gouting off legs no longer found in physical form. All that is left are strings of meat, wide, juicy, pulsing. My eyes widen, my mouth waters. I raise my camera up, lens towards the corpse, and take pictures. Why are you taking pictures of the dead deer? I don't know. A phrase kind of weird. The vermin withered under sickness and east descendants. They make new holes for a temporary home. These animals must constantly move. They must constantly slither. They eat their homes until all that is left is bones and blood, and they must move on. The maggots and the worms are the nomads of the animal kingdom. They will exhaust their resources and force themselves to flee. And my God, is it? It's spectacular. Once I have finished taking my picture, Adonis continued walking. I follow along. This is going in that direction. Like I can feel it. It was so. It's such a vibe. It's going there. Okay, we continue forth. Or no, chicken. We continue forth. We stopped a few more times. We must have at least the sun is beginning. Must have at least. The sun is beginning to set, and yet it feels like we're only been out for a few hours at most. Adonis laughs with the prettiest voice in the world. We scroll through our photographs and speak of the lighting, the composition, the colors. I do not remember a word. But what is most fascinating is that for most of it, we are alone. Nothing living interrupts us. We find dead birds and dead trees, rocks and rivers and paved trails and left behind trash. So where we are suddenly within sight of a girl, maybe in her 20s, sitting along the wall with a book in one hand and taken aback. When we approach, she does not look back at us to see the source of the incoming noise. Hello? She does not respond. She continues to look out to the setting sun across the rippling water, tugging at the ruin of her slip dress and the smooth surface of her skin. I said I wanted to be alone out here. Did you not listen? The girl makes a movement now. Her knuckles turn white from crippling fabric. You know what this means, don't you? She seems to nod. Adonis turns to me. They pull their camera out from their bag. Pray, put your camera away. I do as I am told. And take this. They rummage through one of their pockets and hand me a knife. It feels old, judging by the scratches on the blade and the strings wrapped around a metal hilt. Stand. The woman stands up and faces us. Her bandage is plastic, eyes milky, swirling empty. Adonis quickly stabs the woman. Yeah, I'm just not gonna read this point because as it goes really into detail, we're not gonna go into like the all that. Okay, we're just gonna start here. I skipped past all that because it got really gory and I didn't read it. And call me chicken, call me whatever, but we're gonna stay on the PG side of this. I was okay. I don't have anything to say. I move my lips to say something, but any thought is lost in this lava. You should clean yourself up. I'll deal with this. I can walk you home. No one will say a word, alright? You'll be fine. I nod and we begin taking the path back into town. The evening breeze sends a chill down my spine. I rub my arms together to generate what warmth I can get together. And Adonis says nothing as we walk home. I don't need them to. The town is quiet. Everything shuts its doors around 7 o'clock. There is not a soul on the sidewalk nor in a vehicle on the roads. I feel satisfied with today's walk and something in me wants to do it again. Freaking MC's, oh wow, it just cuts off like that. Okay, but that was something. Uh up until the point where it got gory, I freaking love this game. But the goriness and all this what this game is about is disturbing. That's part of what makes the game the game. But I don't have much to say. It's a cool game. I really like the atmosphere it set in like the earlier tone. Like it really had like that fall atmosphere, and it had a really good way of depicting like the atmosphere. That yeah, I am baffled. I didn't read any of that because I don't want freaking trauma. I don't want to be traumatized by another one of these games because, like, the thing is, the first one I played from this creator, I read through it all, and then I felt traumatized, and then I didn't upload that video. But I think I'm gonna edit this one, edit out the part that I didn't want to really go into, and just keep in like the parts that I feel comfortable with sharing. And yeah, we'll just leave it at that. But yeah, that was Fatal Focus. Thank you guys for watching this. I guess it really does kind of set the tone for like the Halloweeny vibes, the fall vibes. But yeah, if you guys like this video or appreciated me seeing through like the goriness of it, please like, subscribe, comment, all that great stuff. I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, I have a link to like all the resources down below if you would like to check out this game for yourself and have the experience firsthand. But as always, thank you guys for joining me in this little ride. And I was Fatal Focus. Thank you all for watching. Bye.